We talked through that whole process and asked him, so walk me through making a knife from beginning to end. What's it going to look like? What do we start with? What happens next? What happens next? And we talked through the whole process and developed an understanding for exactly how he goes about doing it. And then we kind of broke it down into chunks then and just started filming. We broke it down into stations in his shop. So we had the bench where he would sketch out what it's going to look like. He had the belt sander where he's actually sanding the blade down. He had the grinder where he's actually cutting the blade to shape. He had the forge where he's heating the blade, and then he had the anvil where he's hammering the steel out. So we broke it down into those different zones, if you will, or parts of the workshop, and then we kind of went from one to the other, and we did try and go mostly in sequential order, but about halfway through, like I said, we kind of abandoned the thought of trying to do all of it on one blade. But the really big thing from a technical standpoint that I like to do when and Haley does it as well, is we like to light a set. So rather than lighting a shot per se, we want to light the whole set to the best of our abilities. So that meant for us, most of our lights were outside. We had a bunch of aperture lights and some quasars. And that was pretty much what we shot the whole thing on, was I think 3 apertures and a couple quasar tubes. So we had all of our apertures sitting outside windows, shooting through, mimicking sunlight, and then our quasar tubes are hanging like mimicking shop lights. And then we used haze and some negative fill to kind of shape from there. So we'd light the whole set and then just tell him to kind of do his thing. And then we'd move in and get the shots that we wanted. And we would tweak lighting a little bit for each specific zone or space that we're working with, because we had that opportunity to do so. But, pretty much letting him do his thing and then us capturing it as it happened. And we tell him to go back and, hey, can we hit that knife with a grinder again or something? But trying to make him feel as comfortable and normal as possible. You can't really do that if we're lighting and setting up for a specific shot. So like having a shot list, I think would have been a really big challenge for him and for us to capture normal looking. I want to use the word authentic, but I don't want to use the word authentic. Just him being him would have been hard if we had approached it that way. So approaching it as documentary style as possible, I think made this piece possible.